Hello and welcome to the DX Corner for your weekly dose of DX as part of Ham Radio's oldest ham radio magazine on the air, This Week in Amateur Radio. I'm Bill, AJ8B. Congratulations to my friend and one of my mentors, Dave, K8DV. Dave earned the 60-meter DXCC award with hard work and patience. Congratulations to Dave. If you didn't know there was a 60-meter DXCC award, drop me a note. It's not sponsored by the ARL, but by the 60-meter online federation. So shoot me an email at thedxmentor@gmail.com and I can get you details. Also, if I may, I wanted to mention that I finally earned WAZ CW. I was able to get Zone 24 on CW when I logged BI4 KVT last week. It takes time and effort, but it's well worth it. Let me know what you've earned and I'll get it on the air. Each week, I'm trying to focus on those entities that will be available in the next 7 days. There's so much data to sift through that I thought a focus on the next week might be helpful. So here's what should be coming on in the next 7 days. The following DX information comes from Bernie, W3UR, editor of the DailyDX, the WeeklyDX, and the How's DX column in QST. If you would like a free 2-week trial of the DailyDX, your only source of real-time DX information, just drop me a note at thedxmentor@gmail.com and I'll get you hooked up. Zulu Sierra 8 Whiskey, Eurus continues to hand out the QSOs from Prince Edward and Marion Islands. After 3 days of operating, he had 7,241 QSOs in the log. Eurus is currently focusing on FT8 95% of the time based on the results in Club Log. My friend 88FD Brian was one of the first to get him in the log, maybe one of the first 10. Brian said, quote, right place at the right time, end quote. Congratulations to Brian and all the other hams who have worked ZS8W for an all-time new one. I'm still trying to get them. Of course, I'll let you know next week. I have this update from the Austral Islands, Fox Ocean/Alpha. DK8ZZ reports that the TX9A team is, quote, still ready for new challenges. During one of the most recent operating shifts, they had good 6-meter activity from Central America and Brazil, plus a slight opening to North America. They got 80 Europeans on 80 meters and planned more 80-meter activity before their sunrise each day. With rain in the forecast for the next few days, they think that could cause some QRN. The log was updated on Club Log with 9,000 dupes, and the log will be sorted out when the operation is over and OQRS will be activated then as well. To celebrate the 80 years since the end of World War II in Europe, TM45END will be QRV from France until May 31st, QSL to F5JYD. And I love these commemorative QSL cards and stations. And speaking of which, the Northwest Group, MN0NWG from Northern Ireland, will be QRV with a special call sign GB0 Alpha Echo Lima until May 31st. They are commemorating Amelia Earhart's transatlantic flight. It was May 20th to the 21st, 1932, that Earhart was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic nonstop. She flew from Harbour Grace, Newfoundland, Canada, 15 hours to Londonderry, Northern Ireland. QSL to MI0HOZ direct or via the Bureau. The Guernsey Group will be QRV until May 14th using Golf Uniform 6 Echo Fox Whiskey. They plan 160 through 6 meters sideband CW in digital and will try the QO100 satellite and 2.3 gigahertz EME. That's pretty exciting stuff. So that'll be worth chasing those guys down. Until May 10th, Kazakhstani amateur radio operators will conduct a commemorative activity marking the 80th anniversary of the victory in World War II and recognizing the Republic's contribution to the fight against Nazism. So not only is that always a historically interesting commemorative kind of a station, but if you need band slots with Kazakhstan, that would be the great time to fill them. The D84 Charlie team is going to Chuji Island, Korea, for an operation until May 6th. There will be 4 ops with ICOM radios, a 7610, a 7300, and 2 756 Pro 3s, plus IC2KL and an ICPW1 amplifier. For antennas, it's a K4KO hex beam, a homebrew hex beam, and a Cushcraft R7 vertical. They will be doing CW, FT8, RTTY, and sideband, so check that out. MDXC will conduct their next DXpedition to Bioko Island, Equatorial Guinea, October 30th to November 10th. A team of 14 operators will use the call sign 3 Charlie 2 Mike Delta and operate, excuse me, on 160 through 6 meters, all modes. Specialists will activate EME and QO100 from this DXCC entity for the first time. Equatorial Guinea ranks 127th on Club Log's most wanted DXCC list, but is semi-rare on human modes, ranking 66 on CW and 43 on sideband. QSL via IK2 VUC, and I'll have more details later. The most recent DX Mentor podcast episode is available this weekend. Dan, KB6NU, was the guest. Dan talked about his blog, his mission statement, and all of his training materials that he has developed, as well as the successful classes he's given. He's a phenomenal teacher and has absolutely great results from the way he handles classes. You should give it a listen. If you're interested in DX Podcast or YouTube DX channels, you should check out the DX Mentor Facebook page and subscribe to be kept up to date on all of the DX activities. Please send me an email if you need any details on any of the things we talked about, and that would be thedxmentor@gmail.com. Until next week, this is Bill, AJB, saying 7-3, and thanks to my XYL Karen for her love and support. I hope to hear you in the pileups. Have a great DX week.